So let's look at cybersecurity, what it means, and this whole tutorial is about it. So cybersecurity basically refers to the practice of protecting systems, networks, data from digital attacks. So if you have a company, you will have many computers and you will have data stored in database and you will have servers doing stuff. Even if you have any sort of things, everything is managed by computer. So to protect it against digital attacks. So it encompasses various technologies, processes, practices to safeguard against unauthorized access, data breaches, and cyber threats. That what it means is, like if you're working for a company, you might have a login and password, right? So only you can log in, right? So but in the internet it is possible to get an access without login and password, or you can just hack the system. There are ways to do it. So to protect against such attacks, that's what we call data breaches or unauthorized access, the system has to be protected. So it is possible by doing with software and also by hardware. So the whole process of securing your system is something like you have a house and the door and the key. So only if you have the key you can enter your door. Yeah. So the key is a protection, the door is a protection, but still it's possible to break inside the door. So someone can during the night can break in, or someone can use a false key and enter the house. So to prevent such things, similar is applies for the any internet system or any network to have gain access through illegal method or unauthorized method. So cybersecurity is the whole science of protecting your system, and it's developed a lot now because everything is becoming internet enabled. Why cybersecurity is becoming now very important is because previously we did not have so much internet access, and nowadays with internet, mobile telephone and smartphone and cloud computing, all the data is now on the internet. Everything we do is related to internet. So since due to this reason, cybersecurity itself has become a profession or its own science. So some of the concepts I just want to go in small definitions, then we will look greater into depth. So employs a range of techniques to protect the systems and data. So firewalls is one way. These basically firewalls is like, why do you call firewalls? Firewalls is like when you put a fire and it's like a row of fire, then it looks like a wall. So in internet it's a virtual sort of wall. So these monitor and control the incoming and outgoing traffic based on predetermined security rules. So it acts like a protection for your computer against unauthorized access or someone hacking into the system. Encryption, it scrambles the data into unreadable format which can only be decrypted with the correct key, making it secure during transmit. That means encryption is you just scramble the data, send it over the internet, and on the other side you descramble the data. So you agreed, like for example, if you take 0 to 10 and I want to send this 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 till 10 to another end of the on the network. So what I do is I just add some random characters in between, and on the other end I just remove these characters. For this there are specialized software. So if you put the data inside the software, it scrambles for you. On the receiving end you use the same software to descramble it. So this is what we call encryption and decryption. Antivirus, anti-malware software is these protect these programs detect, prevent and remove malicious software, malware such as viruses, worms and trojans. So antivirus is like viruses, worms, trojans are all basically small computer programs, and these are also similar, like for example Java. So your web browser might be written in Java or C++. So virus, worms, trojans are also written in similar software languages. But the problem with virus, worms, trojans is these are unauthorized. So you install some app on your mobile, or you install some software on your computer like Word, but viruses, they install themselves on your computer without your own permission, or without your own permission. That means it will do things in your computer without your own knowledge, access your data, and then pack it up and send it to somewhere which you don't want it, right? So these are all protected by antivirus and anti-malware software. Intrusion detection systems, IDS, and intrusion protection systems, prevention systems, these monitor network traffic for suspicious activity and can either alert administrators or take action to block, mitigate threats. So that means Intrusion IPS or IDS systems is they continuously monitor the network. That is, you have the router in your house. Every data from your house goes to the router and then to the open network. So this IPS systems will continuously monitor this network of suspicious activity. So there will be a pattern. So your house might be sending a similar pattern of data regularly, but this intrusion systems will look for some unauthorized strange behavior and protect it. Access control, these restricts access to systems networks data based on user authentication, authorization levels and security policies. So access control systems is like to prevent only authorized people can access based on authentication. You might have a card access or your password access, or your thumb could be an impression, or even your face could be detected. So these are access control systems which are also used to prevent security lapse. Patch management, regularly updating software systems with patches provided by vendors. So patch management is basically you update the software regularly. There could be some bugs in the software, and this errors could be used by the hackers to create another program which could basically use these bugs or as a backdoor entry. So you need to send a patch. Patch is like an update to the software. So this is also something which could be done. And security awareness training, educating the users about cybersecurity practices and to reduce the risk of human errors leading to this. So that is, we could make some mistakes which could lead to also security breach. So to keep the users up to date about what are the best practices, what you should do, like not sharing the password, not just giving your card to someone, or sometimes when you are in a entry, you should have an access card, right? So someone might come and say that I forgot the access card, then they should go to the entry point and then get a temporary access. You should not let them in. All these are best practices. Penetration testing is ethical hacking to identify vulnerabilities. This means like you have a normal system and you hire some very good programmers for outside your association or organization and tell them to break into the system, like so they will try to do that, and if they do it, then you find the error or some lapse and then fix it. So this is called ethical hacking. So these are some of the few examples where cybersecurity is can be done. That is, your system can be protected and is constantly evolving system, so that you get an idea about it. Later, I'll go more into depth. So if you have any questions, to post in the feedback so that I know what you are learning and what is more needed. Thank you.